I'm talking about Launders, and I think they're ready to take us away, so take it away, boys.
Not as good as you, Mike.
Damn, man. Mike's always gassing us up. Any day that starts with a little bit of Darf, I'm all on board.
Yeah.
Heroic versus Complexity, Inferno to begin the series. And listen, Mo, Kassad doesn't sound like he's got much hope.
He is a hopeless man.
My man. My man's not on the NA train. But Complexity, listen, they've got to do what EG have done so far this year. Beat Heroic in a best of 3. That's the hope. That's the dream. Grim and JT kick it off. We've got all of Complexity trying to move forward into the B side. They just left JT to be the speed bump on the way to B. And listen, he did a good enough job. He, of course, is dead now, but his teammates thriving. Inside the B site, Grim up top. We got Fang ready to swing from CT. And Heroic, they're going to get nothing in this first pistol. So, listen, Kassad said it himself. They've got to get a strong start T side. Pistol round sure helps.
Yeah, it would be an upset if Complexity win this game. And Maniac's right. Like, you can have very close results, but if you don't have wins and losses, they're just ones and zeros the farther away you get from them. Missing out on qualifying to the Blast Spring Final, for example, that is going to be very hard to do that through the showdown. And then not getting the Rio Major, you'll never get that back.
Nope.
So those losses can hurt, and they can be building blocks. And it's also true that they lack experience, but I think after their failure to qualify to the Blast Spring Finals, Grim, when he was on the Overtime show, talked about how they just needed more experience, and they kind of took it on the chin. Like, I think he really recognized that instead of having the expectation that they should easily close games like that out. And he also didn't really feel like it was a choke. But this round might be.
Oh, because they left that bomb, luckily.
No, Floppy just completely
okay.
balls them. Wow.
Okay.
You know what? Floppy's somebody who we aren't talking about as much these days.
I think that's because Floppy's not playing as well as he used to these days.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a correlation.
Yeah, because if you got nothing good to say about Floppy, shut your mouth.
Yeah. Keep it to yourself. That was a round that could have gotten sketchy. When Jabby gets that kill, you see the T's want to go running at the A site, right? Makes sense, get away from the push, but they left bomb in mid, had to go back and recover, and Floppy's Galil, 35 bullets downtown. It's all good, but look at this. Heroic, more aggression. More aggression, more aggression. It's going to be happening all series long. I feel like that is step one when facing Heroic. You've got to convince them that they can't just run right through you. And the pistols are getting through you. A P250 for 2 kills at the base of middle. It will be cleared out by Fang, and there's nobody else for Heroic that can press the issue just yet.
Wow, they're like shoulder peeking these pistols. So much respect there. Get out there.
It's not just respect, Launders. It's fear.
It's fear, yeah. That's what it is. That's true. Sometimes it's just fear masquerading as respect. Cadian, he's taking some aggressive CT move here.
This could work. Ooh, Halzer gonna keep it fully focused. Man is trained in. Sjuush leans back on the scout. His teammate's not going to be able to help him. It's all Sjuush, right here, right now. Scout shot's missing. 0 for 3, and therefore 3 for 0. Complexity. Nice, strong start.
Very good recoveries. So Heroic tried to do the Heroic pistol round, which it feels like, honestly, everybody is doing these days. 1B, 4 retake down mid, and I think, yeah, the novelty is starting to wear thin. Complexity were ready for it perfectly with the player at the bottom of Banana. The aggressive moves get shut down, but there might be 15 aggressive moves in a row. You never know with Heroic, so Complexity had to be on guard.
I got into the server this morning. I'm on GeoTV with the players, and I made sure to make sure that I see all of their crosshairs just to see what Halzer cooked up today. Very normal. It's coming in very simple. Just
show me.
Nice, clean.
Okay, that's
minimal thin white.
Size 2, thickness 0.5, gap -2.
Yep.
Yellow.
Just clean.
Color 2, style 4.
Nicely done.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Cadian. No contact with the op. We've got the full armada here for Heroic. Nades have already been a bit of a problem for Complexity, even with the lesser buys. Heroic nade killing T's towards B, and Cadian quick rotation with that op. We heard it fire off down middle. They're about to peek right into it. Grim goes around the corner.
Oh, the molly.
Is burning down
the roof.
Oh my goodness.
Those poor plants.
Get him out of there. T's also back because they have definitely lost the utility war when it comes to that banana play. Now, Heroic not going to just hide inside of this A site. Stavn would never. He's going to go prodding at that smoke instead. Complexity do double back. Be the intended target. Jabby left for the solo hold for now, but his teammate in TSS isn't far off. So it's a creep crawl contact. TSS going to see it coming. Sees him through the sandbag, so easy first one versus Halzerk. Flash from JT will help Fang on the entry, but it's still the 3v5 recovery attempt, and they've got TSS backside.
TSS, he's been playing well, but this does come down to him. They've got no retake utility, so let's see if they find him.
He's sliding out as they run in. Woo! Way too easy, just perfectly timed. And then Stavn out of the CT smoke. Heroic can do no wrong.
He's the best player for Heroic this year. TSS was great in the groups, stood out a ton, and I think also took the losses in groups on the chin and just said, okay, listen, we're going to get better. This is just the beginning of the year. He's feeling okay on behalf of his teammates. So some parallels here between him and Grim. Now, of course, the molly lands in the flower pot, but Grim gives up that pick. Cadian's in the right place to get that frag. Even if that molly got thrown over, he still would have had that chance. He peeked too soon.
Nicely done, Grim. Catches Jabby on the front side of the wall. Weren't expecting Grim to just come through smoke like that, but it pays off.
Yeah, they did set up the window flash for that tactic. Called out that play. Well done. But job is not finished. Here's Stavn, close mid. Player behind him. Ooh, ready for the full retake here. But Halls is a problem.
Yeah, if they pop out right now, Sjuush loses control of the pit. TSS has to double back. It's Floppy taking some damage here in the CTs, looking to get into the gunfight. Stavn's going to cut off the boiler play. All good. Sjuush! Oh, 4 as he kills Floppy in the background and just locks down that A site.
I thought Sjuush was going to have trouble today. We saw those scout shots on B. Well, I guess he was just using the wrong gun. What a spray. Well, they got the moto smoke down. They got pick control. Maybe they should have just chilled for a second after not seeing any more T's out or CTs out in the site. And then maybe thought about approaching lane via pit first instead of jumping out of halls this way. I think that just gave the round over to Heroic, who actually were in the wrong spots. You know, they were ready to retake middle. The counter looks beautiful for Complexity.
Man. Sjuush, right back at it.
He's eating up.
Mopping him. And honestly, you saw right after that play, Cadian, tap on the arm. Exist, right behind him. They're trying to add fuel to the fire. And honestly, when Sjuush is fully ignited, that's a horrifying Heroic. Because Heroic are the type of team where when they've got a blowout going, a guy like Sjuush is just sitting in his bomb site. He can be 5-5. You know, he's not looking to get into those crazy, wild antics. Not like a Jabby, not like a Stavn, not like a Cadian. Those guys will throw themselves at their opponents if they feel like that gap is just easily exploited. And if you've got Sjuush on that wavelength, you've got a horrifying Heroic in the server.
That stats have been very good. Again, argument for anchor or support of the year or whatever. It's hard to define roles these days with any team, particularly with Heroic. Did very well last year. Another full up buy.
Again, confidence. Cadian takes the angle. Nothing quite there. And they come out on bottom of that exchange. Halzerk and Grim already at the half health point. I haven't even seen a soul. Fast rotate out of Heroic. Complexity trying to carve a path through apps, but there's also delayed to this. TSS going to leave some nades behind him as he will then press down Banana into the bottom of ramp.
Oh, it's such a nice setup from Heroic. I mean, we have yet to see a late B, and Tessus, well, as time ticks down, ready to fight B, but also ready to flank A if that's going to be the case. Flash goes above him. He's not worried about it. And they don't molly Bell.
GT waiting for the deep peek, but Tessus ever closer.
I think they're Heroic are ready to fight. They still have 3 here. Ooh, the off angle, so nice.
Nice trade from Grim.
And now they know there's a flasher, 3B, so they have to speed up towards A, but 30 seconds, and they don't have the bomb.
They're going to have to just try to brute force their way past Cadian and sjuush. Sitting in the site. Here comes the Heroic flank down middle as well, so things about to go from bad to worse. If Complexity can't pick that bomb back up and get into this site, and the fact that he's walking around the hay bales, Halzerk just never going to be able to stick the landing on that one. Cadian's inside of the pit forever, and Heroic gobble him up.
Really great option coverage there on that round from Heroic, as they normally have. Of course, the gap was Hall's, and they was Complexity to take that over, but... And Molly on the wrong side versus Tessus, and coming in for the hard pre-aim, but that off angle, that's one to remember. Take a snapshot of that in your mind. Looked very powerful for Tessus, nearly lined up 2.
Of course, we talk about Group B when it comes to this group stage, and there is a bit of an open door, right? I think it's fair to say Heroic favorites to be in the group final alongside Vitality. But we've got the question mark of outsiders, Fnatic, Complexity with, I would say, a significant win over Ents, kind of powering up last week into the play-in, showing a solid result, knocking down a team that would have been expected to be in this group stage. But Complexity, if they get sent down to the lower bracket now, it's going to be a long road back. And of course, it's fair to have questions about Heroic after their loss to Evil Geniuses. Just meant, you know, there was a shakiness at the start of the year, but all the players saying practice has been good. Things feel a bit better oiled. And we're seeing it. Jabby's going to get taken down by Floppy. Good deagle, but then he's stuck inside of the pit alongside Fang, and that's where they're both ended. JT, though.
We know about his deagle.
Kind of has the best deagle on Complexity. I'm going to say it. A crazy thing to say, but you got to believe in the JT. Ooh. Once he goes out wide, though, sjuush ready to lock him in to give Heroic 5.
Good kills in the end, but a nice setup here for the anti-eco. And Heroic grabbed that. They are now 2 rounds in the lead. Looking like themselves, ready to play their game. Ready to push every round. And unfortunately for Complexity, you know, if they just had like an easy route in groups and no problems, maybe their guard's a little bit down, but Heroic probably pretty mad about what happened in groups. And, you know, I'm really up on the teams coming into Paris that are looking for a major, right? And I think that we see Heroic tasting that podium, getting into the grand finals of Rio, and then getting their big land win at the end of last year at the Blast Ball finals. But now their eyes set forward on Paris. While they're still hot, you can imagine the motivation is at such a high. I think the same goes for Vitality. Even though they have lots of majors, it's a Paris major for the French team. And G2 are the other story for me. These guys are all kind of peaking at the right time and also have yet to get a major between the 5 of them. So Kato is the establishing shot for the year for a lot of these teams. First big trophy that they can win, earn some respect, show themselves that they can stand to the pressure. And right now it's just about surviving groups. Wow.
Yeah, because I think a part of this event, right, a part of this test is starting the year strong. We see teams drop off during the player break.
Confidence is a big thing. It doesn't come from nowhere.
I'm sure that confidence does take a little bit of a bruise when you lose, again, to Evil Geniuses. Shocking results. First series of 2023. But that's just it. It's just the first series of 2023. Sure, Heroic, as much as it stunned them in the moment, I've brushed that off since. Of course, getting a BO3 win then over EG a couple days later definitely erases a lot of it, but remember, that was also a 3-map series, so still got to tighten up ship.
No orange volley here.
Jabby's going to be real comfortable. Cadian as well, putting out the fire and rotate already over. Comes in a little bit late, does force Jabby down, so now we've got 2 CTs occupying new box. Smoke makes it awkward. Flash comes over for the cross, and then TeSS gets stuffed on his push out. Ooh, Cadian can't manage anything. Neither of those backside players get frags, and then a double peek into CT cross is an excellent solution here for Cole.
Wow, not bad, man. They organized really well. Bomb goes down, stavn 1v3. Not going to be an easy one to figure out. He has 2 flashes. They won't be able to smoke CT, but it looks like he can lock off 2 players from exiting in this position. But with the 3 alive on the entries, well, they win the round that way. And the second orange Molly coming in late. That was a nice touch.
You can see how that really frazzled Jabby.
He was probably pretty happy for a second, and
then
came crashing down. Yeah, they had to. His fallback position was mollied previously, so they, forced that to be smoked and then had him run back into the smoke. And I'm not even sure he should have been the one to fight first because Cadian actually shot his op first, so there was a chance that if Yabby fell into that, they wouldn't have known a second player was in B.
Right. Feels bad for Cadian. Landed that first shot, but it was a wallbang, so the player didn't go down. Ooh, and Fang also just connects through smoke.
Oh, yeah, he just gave it a shot.
Why not? Well done.
Complexity with a good round. Out of control into a nice exec. Not easy to get Heroic back into their sights. Looking for Inferno today. JT saying he watched 100 demos on Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. What a gift. He is to NACS.
SACS.
Meanwhile, we got the likes of Grim making a run for the top spot when it comes to American players. He's going to have to keep up his consistency, but at the moment, he's the top dog. A couple weeks into the year. Says he knows he can be top 20. It's a tough accomplishment to achieve with a team who wins less. But my God, he's trying. 5-man exec into the B play. Complexity keeping it simple, but the boost back sight from Jabby going to keep him nice and safe. TeSS burned to a crisp. And Jabby, waiting for a second chance, swaps out to the AK, so now multi-kill potential is high. Cadian, gap on the smoke. That makes Complexity so incredibly uncomfortable, and the longer they wait, the closer the banana flank gets. Balzerk misses his chance, and then they just sweep it all away.
There was no plans to wait for that bomb to go down. Everybody getting into position really fast to stop that from coming in. Another interesting execute, though, it gets one player blind in a molly and dies to 100 HP to 0 because of how effective that take was. Look at TeSS right here eating this flash, and then not knowing what's going on, ending up dying. And even though they throw some good counter flashes, they do a decent job of scaling across the site, but they don't win the trades. We're certainly not seeing bad rounds at Complexity.
Nope. But obviously just a very different tale on that B site when your backside players provide the kills. Contrast to the last round where both went down empty-handed. Complexity on the brink of a reset as well, so...
I think Heroic say here, we've done enough of a good job over on Banana. Let's play for A really quickly.
And it's the right call. As it tends to be with Cadian. Jabby in the mix. Limited weapons, of course, here for Complexity, but Halzerk and Floppy finding their frags. Down, he's got the smoke to give him cover. He's got the bomb on his feet, and Floppy connects to the head.
Oh.
Graveyard peak. Halzerk sliding into the grave steps unbeknownst, but almost, because Floppy with 1 HP could have been mowed down by the same spray. Instead, Complexity break through with limited weapons, and we started this map by saying we don't often talk about Floppy anymore, but now we have to. 15-6.
15-6.
Yes, sir.
Once we casted back-to-back days of 1v5s from Floppy. I don't think that's ever been done in CS history.
DreamHack Masters 2020. Yeah.
Dude, that exec was great. They did that versus 5 guns. I mean, everybody was there ready to fight. 4 dedicated. Tessa's rotation was fast. That was very good. Those flashes were catching everybody.
From the brink of a reset to now having Heroic on a double op. But that means we get to watch the best op in Denmark. Stavn. Get ready, folks. Heroic still keeping them back from middle. Hanging on to Banana. Grim's going to try to test that by running through. Saw some skin. Oh, man. 90 bullets.
Oh, he gets hit on the 90th.
And then the molly lands on Jabby. He gets around the corner at least, but Cadian's going to have to go big here. Tested. Catches JT first. Goes right back into the angle. Grim dies to the 5-7, which can only get the 1 because Floppy is sharp today.
Yep.
But it's a 2v2 regardless with that smoke gap. They've got to burn an extra piece of util, and Halzerk wants that AWP. If he can get to new box, strong post plant. Pressure over from the flash, and the second CT already towards coffins.
Oh, they're smoking new box. Very smart.
That gets Halzerk out of his spot. Sjuush already prepared, but Floppy's going to save the day. Halzerk so close to getting killed by that. A mandatory reposition if you wanted any vision, and Stavn misses the op shot. Floppy, folks. He's a god.
Dude, he can't be stopped. Damn, that was a smart move, but the spray was not there. Took almost an hour to get all those bullets out. That's too much time for Floppy right now. This game barely got started. Floppy's 18-6.
God. Ugh.
Just got to bring him up more in the warm-up, I guess. And, yeah, they have multiple pop-off players. You know that. Fang securing an MVP at a tournament he didn't win. Grim on multiple occasions. Halzerk at this event. And Floppy. Maybe they are seeing the victories now, believing in themselves a little bit more.
I think closing versus Ents is a really big deal.
Yeah, they closed. That was a strong victory.
They had to close, you know, and luckily for them, they had a really big buffer. It's not like they got on that notorious 14th round win with only 3 in their back pocket.
They just played well and won.
Yep.
People respect Ents too. Other teams probably shook a little bit by that victory.
USP's all stacked up. Ooh. Look for a second like things could get messy, but it is a shooting gallery. In fact, oh no, I was going to say Team Ace, but Grim took 2, and he's allowed to take 2. Grim can take what he damn well wants when it comes to complexity.
Yeah.
Right now, he is just, you know, meddling.
I'm not sure what you're trying to say.
Don't worry about it. Meandering.
You know I would help you.
He's
battling down the hatches.
He's just a normal guy today.
Right. Middling performance?
There, maybe.
Okay.
Save me. Jabby trying to save this half as Complexity have killed Tesses with a nade, and Grim turns back on Jabby.
Jesus.
He lets him go past.
That round was savable until that kill.
Nade kills the first CT. Grim kills the second and the third. That turn on Jabby.
Oh, he's looking for 20.
And Floppy just doing his own thing here. Gonna go ahead and take off 2 heads. 21-6.
He is an assassin.
Damn, man. Listen, I did a pregame desk. I was up there with the quote-unquote experts. and they said, "What's your hot take of the day?" And I said that, I think Liquid are going to take down Na'Vi. I almost said Complexity are going to take down Heroic, and I can't get any half points. It's not reclaimable.
But you're going to try.
And even if I thought that was possible, I didn't think it was going to be coming off of this star-studded performance from Floppy. I thought, more of what we've seen out of Grim so far this year, maybe Halzerk, who found his consistency versus Ents, was going to give us a show. But damn, it's all about Ricky. Cadian on the scout, a couple players on the FAMAS. And it's not going to open up to the favor of Heroic. Complexity's map pick with an excellent T side and still a little left. Last time we saw sjuush with a huge multi-kill shut down the lane, and again it's gonna happen. But caught on the reload, and here comes Jabby just throwing himself through that Moto smoke, knowing that the timing is his to play. Halzerk connects, and it falls to the shoulders of Tesses. He's going to come through while hands are busy, and as he does, Halzerk stops him. So what do you know, folks? Complexity, off of a 22-7 half from Floppy, will have a 3-round lead. And so we're back in the action. What kind of action? Action-packed adventures with complexity leading 9-6, Mohan.
We're on Floppy's Wild Adventure right now, and I'm buckled up.
I can't believe my eyes. Not gonna lie. Not a single opening duel for Floppy either, just mid-round impact as he does.
Baiting like a god.
Says he's been watching Rop's demos.
Watching them wrong.
All right, Grim.
Did he say that?
Yeah, I think so.
He's been in the Rob's demos?
Yeah, I was talking to him. I was talking to him in the lobby.
Okay.
Unless I'm misremembering, but...
One of the good players out there. Uh-oh. Well, Heroic got that kill on B. They're looking at a Halls pop. Floppy surely... I mean, you surely can't stop this. Oh, my God.
First kill's his. Ooh, stavn's going to shut him down, though.
Yeah. One of the best pistols in Denmark right there.
As you would come to expect, stavn with a little bit of impact. But listen, it's a pistol. Throw caution to the wind and play with your souls. And by that, I mean push up short. 3 players, 1 flash, 4 defenders of this bomb site in pit, grave stairs, and the site itself. Cadian's going to be that late apartments wrap back. And the CTs have only found the one in the site. They know about Tess, but you can't do much about them. You don't have a Molotov, you don't have an op, you're not shooting through that big old brick wall. So Fang pushed and soon to be dead. Sure enough, it's going to be the heroic T-side pistol to try and take this away from Complexity and North America.
Even though Floppy was what we talk about at the end of the half and 22-7 and thousands of ADR is amazing. The calls from JT were great. The executes were interesting because there were double layer executes with different timings. Clearly had done a lot of dry running to get those working very well. They also did a good job calling out the spots from Heroic, so very curious about how they set up their CT sides. See if they get some good reads on Heroic, which is, again, that's just the other half of the map that's very hard to do. Yeah, 2 MP9s, top first oranges. And a B stack. And Heroic taking B.
We call this strat the anti-hero.
Take a snapshot of this moment. Who'd you rather be?
Floppy. Most days of the week. Nade for Grim. Puts his smoke down. What's the move, Heroic? You gonna wait that out? You gonna try to pop through it? Util of their own here to scramble the initial setup.
Oh,
Floppy
baby.
just steps forward. Ooh, dude, he's in a great spot. Good amount of damage. CT cross player comes right back. JT's Deagle catches stavn, but they break through. Heroic almost biting off more than they can chew.
That was a nice round from Complexity. They got that smoke off. They were hoping for the rotate out. They had to come through the smoke. They had all the players ready. They don't have better guns. I think that's the primary reason they lose, but they actually did read that exec pretty well. Halzerk walking up towards this, and he could cause some pretty significant damage here, even 1 kill, depending on how they leave the site. But, you know, you're going to lose this opportunity if you don't go CT. Oh, coming into Con, and no, he can't grab that one. Cadian good on his own.
It's a good effort from Complexity, and, you know, just in the pistol, you said JT's been calling a good game. It's the perfect stack for that.
Yeah.
Which of these pieces doesn't get what they want? Fang kind of took the most amount of damage off the Molotov. So when he gets to the fight as the third player into it, only half health, gets cleared. Still. Jabby now. Ooh, tons of pistols.
Oh my God.
Tons of them. Grim. Double 5-7 kill. Now, of course, Bomb can just go plant at B. Not a problem. But it's an active, confident, and killer Complexity.
Stavn's actually not going to see anyone of them running in this direction. Cadian with the buy zone. Didn't think he'd be in a tough situation at this round with that gun.
See if he can make the most of it. Deep smoke keeps Complexity back.
I mean, certainly don't let your AKs die in this spot.
Awkward one, though. Katie, and if you survive this round, you're still hanging on to Le Bison. And now you've lost that AK back sight.
Cadian dies here as well if he doesn't push out.
Mows them all down, perhaps? No, sir. Also dead. So we got 2 AKs given over to Complexity. Stavn could drop them if they come out library. No need to. Fang will take the risk. Could have maybe killed Stavn if he got lucky, but I mean, Complexity. That stack inside of the B site went well. 2 players survived. This one with even less?
Yeah, the flash is perfect on the timing. And I think I remember the groups where it was like I was really disappointed actually in some of Complexity executes because I feel like their flashes on Anubis were not good. And that's something that we don't normally expect on a team with JT on it. But today they've been great on the attacks on the T side, on the CT explodes, for map control.
So Complexity have done enough in these opening rounds to give themselves an excellent chance here in round 19. You got a couple players limited to MAC 10s.
That's a much better buy for the CT side.
They're swinging some free rifles between Grim and Fang. So if Complexity want to just bank on this floppy performance, this is the round. Shut him out. Grim can't get more than just the one. He's got JT back behind him.
Oh, gotta be
nice
careful
one.
there.
Down, clean headshot. And with that headshot, I mean, it's an instant save out of Complexity. You are not getting this bomb site back.
Yeah. Grim picked a good angle for his 1 kill, but wow, this is a massive opportunity for Complexity, and it's really not close.
It's down now with a grin on his face as he takes down another player.
Good shooting, though, from Heroic. Those were not easy kills to get.
Yes, sir. Stavn, all 3. Headshot, headshot, headshot. Cadian can flush him out of the pit when he chooses to. All those close rounds in the rounds prior, and this one.
Who ends with more kills, Floppy or Stavn at the end of this map?
I'm going to say Stavn.
I'm going to say Stavn.
Yeah, man. I think, you know, pack mentality. Stavn's going to be at the front of it. Oof. Jabby looking the wrong way. I think we're going to watch Heroic get real aggressive, get real crazy with it. And Stavn's going to be at the front, man. He is the sharpened point of this spear.
If he plays well here, he might not change his underwear until the end of the event.
Yeah, I hope that's not the case. Do you?
You can kind of just wear it a little bit lower so it doesn't touch anything. And it's more like a bag.
Get them. Okay. What you collecting? Wins. That's the goal here. Back in the lead, 10-9. Coach TC. The second half of South African Counter-Strike.
Warm Counter-Strike.
Him and JT, man, they're like a symbiotic being. Not sure which one's the shark and which one's the underbelly sucker, though. Tough stuff for Halzer, dude. Just gets that nade straight in his face. Cadian gonna inch closer to the angle. Grim tries to take the peek off the flash. Will eat one his way. Halzerk on the full retreat, leaving Grim stuck behind sandbags. He will get out, though. All good. That 3-player setup initially here at the B site from Complexity. They have to forfeit Banana. And now they're not quite sure where Heroic end up going. But with the smoke currently up towards Arch, they do pull that 3rd player back. And we've seen that 2 members of Complexity on B is not enough. Okay.
I got a long peek out of that. The patience pays off.
Yeah, the first couple jump peeks, very smooth. That one,
He was on his screen for like 3 seconds.
Halzer tries to get back into the B site. JT on the close walk to be flashed in. Grim's got a little gap on that smoke. Ooh, and 3!
Oh, what?
JT on for the 4th. Man comes off that CT cross with conviction.
Well, Floppy's been watching Rob's demos. I think JT's been watching Grim demos. That aim was incredible and so calm. Wow.
And from the player
He had a
who
very nice setup there as well.
1 round prior is just caught on coffins like a
Look at this next
sitting
go.
duck.
Oh my god, he's standing up for it.
Into the pistol swap like James Bond.
No nerves at all.
Cleans him up. All right. Interesting. Oh, and a collateral that doesn't kill Cadian, but does force him back. He'll be in the back of the pack from now on. Oh, that's a big moment out of GT, especially if Complexity can win this next one.
No kidding.
All the money's gone for Heroic, and Complexity can start to make that run for the coveted, notorious 14th round. And then their demons kick in. But some people like to dance with the devil. You know Halzerk's one of them. Misses the op shot, no problem. Fang, he'll come out from the corner. Sjuush, good trade as Fang tries to get back in. That early damage versus Cadian still going to be problematic. Sjuush looks to lock in the op, and Halzerk's coming hunting, but he slow peeks around the corner, and so Sjuush on high alert shuts him down. Floppy, it's another chance to go big. But he's going to have to do it on his own because his 2 teammates still nowhere to be found. It's the balcony player who's on little health, and the others just negate him. Drop a smoke in front of it, cross towards sight. Very aware that Floppy could be in this position, but at least he's alive for when his teammates come over. Oh, this one's gonna get weird. Fire into the back sight, doesn't burn into the corner, so Sjuush, his position's gonna go unchecked, maybe. They're keeping their heads down, crouched. More Molotovs into this site. Jabby comes in with the kill. Sjuush, he reveals himself. And that's going to give Floppy a bit of the picture. Sees Cadian, ends him, and he knows he's got this player stuck in. Come on now, Floppy. Chance to shine. And sure enough, with both kills, but does he have the time?
Oh my god, it's coming down to the wire, and he'll grab it.
Got it.
Wow, what a clutch. 27 for Floppy.
They leave him down in pit. They knew he could come back to haunt them, but they also thought those spots in sight would be enough.
Yeah, that was a great retake. I mean, the Molly displaced one player, put enough pressure there, and Sjuush did an amazing job of grabbing both frags, coming through on very hard angles for that retake. And also kicking off with the opening kill towards Halzerk. Well, there was definitely a chance that Complexity lose that round and just have to save themselves, and instead, it'll be Heroic on a single AK.
As long as they don't fall to this round, the rumblings of the upset grow stronger. No presence confirmed. As Floppy sits on the brink of a 30-kill game.
With so many potential rounds to spare. It's good space here as they start to take over Arch. There's a lot of pressure on this one duel, but Fang from the bottom grabbed his 10.
Floppy traded out. Quick Tech 9 kill out of Jabby, pit player on the op, hunts, but he's lost track of him. Oh, and Jabby into the M4. Halzerk feeling the heat here. And Jabby can come at him from a different angle. Stavn locked in over towards Arch.
Oh my god.
We've got Heroic clawing back man advantage. Halzerk, he's going to get pinched from both sides. Into the pistol. Can't finish off the little that's left of Jabby. That's 6 HP to make a difference. And Heroic's singular AK pays off.
It's hard to dislodge these guys. Really nice attempt. Halzerk tried to search out that player who jumped in a pit. Came back to hold on to Halls while his bike smoke was still up. And just as he left that angle, that player peeked out, and he still nearly got both on the approach. So, well, it was a good try. But this is a round that Heroic come in with 1 AK. They even lose the opening duel with that AK and still win.
So incredibly close.
Key frags there from stavn as well.
Fang did his job as well. Got that first player down. Heroic want this. Can't be losing maps to North America in back-to-back weeks. Grim's gonna go charging through the fire. Oh my god. He's now been spotted though, so his job just got infinitely harder. They're gonna put a smoke up in front of him.
Oh,
Fire on his feet
I
though.
was gonna say he should stand with his smoke out because they know he just ran into that corner.
Right? Instead he tries to jump over. Now they did get the op trade back through that, but TessS gonna catch two players trying to hide in the corners. Look at the HP that they come out with though. Cadian on 10, TessS again also.
That was pretty sick. I mean, all the utility from Heroic comes out so quickly, but it all plays a part in winning that round. Whether it's taking over banana control, getting Grim out of that position at Bell, punishing him for not being ready with his smoke, even though he ran through a full molly and took 60 damage, into the two flashes on mid. And Floppy's great, but not when he's blind. So he only gets a dink.
Yeah, tier 1 sense. Vision key, and Cadian locks in on Halzerk. So Heroic back into the lead. Complexity giving them a run for their money here on Inferno. But the T side breaks through, and the defense now without funds. Clean one from TessS, spotting that second player as well, getting dinked and still not stopping.
The full-on pre-aim.
Oh, what could have been is what's starting to creep into the back of Complexity's minds. They've got the smokes for all eternity. 4 smokes left on Fang and Grim. Look at this, a cache, a stockpile.
They were happy to come through a smoke previously, which implies they were ready for a round like this where the resmokes could come in, because that was around the minute mark, so they could have waited it out very comfortably. But here they're actually going to, looks like, run into the A stack. However, Jabby gets the opening duel.
Halzerk, USP. It's just too much of an ask. Grim's still over there smoking it on his own, and Floppy in from pit. This would have to be an absolute masterclass Deagle moment. Gets sjuush at least. Comes out wide for the Balk kill, but Jabby puts an end to their hopes. And Heroic clawing forward, 13-11.
I think 14 would look a lot more grim at this point, but right now, with the buy coming in for Complexity, I don't think they should be too tilted. They lost a round that forced them to eco. They did lose to the 1 AK buy, but they also bought themselves some rounds because they've had some great moments where Heroic were the ones who had more to work with. So I think just look back on those fonder memories. Might not waste this superstar level floppy carry.
Halzerk at the front of this, point blank. Oh no, doesn't go out with the op, and Jabby double kill makes it look so easy. Heroic gifted a chance at this A site.
Oh, that was
super
just
clean shots out of Jabby. I mean, the first one's free with the back turn.
It's just a mistake in terms of
Pull it apart.
order of operations right there, right? If the op doesn't clear, like the approach from somebody who's coming out of window, Floppy could have covered that if Halzerk peeked out slowly and would have definitely got the angle on stairs. And because Floppy came out, well, it's just a 50-50 from there on. So it's a little bit too easy. Floppy's the guy you want to set up right now, not the guy you want to use as bait.
But instead, that's Heroic's 14th gifted to them. They're trying to fight to clear out all the guns. Jabby's still getting closer. Shout out Jabby, though, obviously. Insta headshot on the opper. Making sure both those kills go down clean.
That's true.
That's the element of skill.
Did Halzerk shoot?
I don't know if he got a shot off. I'm sure we'll
didn't,
slow it
yeah.
down.
Oh,
No.
yeah, he didn't.
Oh, Jabby,
Super quick.
so fast. And then obviously, you know, massive ask of Fang to do that all on his own. 2 players come around maybe, but he's already got 4 guys out those brackets.
Yeah. It took a bit of time to get that first kill too. Well, now things get a little uglier.
But you're right, you don't want to waste this, superstar performance out of Floppy. And one of the absolute win conditions in beating Ents was Halzerk with AWP impact.
And I think Fang also had a great match, and he has been not as consistent. Like, Grim is the most consistent player on this team when we look at these statistics from afar, but in these past couple of games, I think right now we're basically seeing Floppy buying time for some of the other players who normally are shouldering the responsibility to get into the match. But they're not there right now.
No, sir.
Cadian is calling some great rounds.
And it felt like there were wheels on that last strat from Complexity. If only Halzerk clears close left. JT still trying to mastermind the counterpart to Cadian. They're going to forfeit the apartments, and Heroic already starting to walk all the way through them. This will unravel the forward press out of the double CT arch side. They're keeping eyes on Banana. Grim onto the half wall. Chance at a headshot here. Oh, falls down, catches the second. sjuush with no gun in hand. It's Grim who walks out and catches them off guard. Something goes the way of Complexity. Jabby to try and bring this all back. Excellent map out of him. Racking up kills in that last round as well. 22 now. MP9 player goes sprinting down middle. That's a bit of a gift.
It is at 35 seconds. Bombs here. 2v2 in the site.
Feels like that keeps the rotate delayed.
Yeah, because Jabby's kill, makes him think, well, maybe they could be coming back. So see if they search this out.
It's one less player that could be on this B site.
But they're maintaining a very sharp crossfire here to keep Grim alive. So even if they pre-aim it, yeah, he's drawing attention.
Easy.
Very well done.
JT picks up one, but you've got Cadian in a 1 versus 2 after he clears out Grim. And there's not one person on this planet that doesn't know Cadian can clutch. Eats that flash though, still gets into the pillar, which means he's gonna get the chance to come out with shots. Fighting, and he finds Floppy. Now Fang shaking, and Complexity get crushed.
Oh, he gets up to a 1v5, so 1v2, that's easy mode for Cadian. What a move. Actually, went on 3, got that first kill on Grim. Made him regret not playing back. That's for 15.
Oof.
Tough.
That's a liver shot.
What a play, though.
This setup works wonderfully. JT traded, but effective off the cross. Cadian, they could have killed him when he ate that flash and was falling back to pillar. But the moment he regained vision, man, like a hawk, just smothers the little that was left of Complexity. So Heroic gonna get themselves 4 map points. It's an excellent game so far from Floppy, and he trades out Grim. He hits that 30th kill, and then he goes back into the action while blinded. We've got Fang close smoke on middle, hearing that utility usage. Smoke fades. He's fighting for his chance. He's fighting for Complexity's attempt to keep this one alive. And Jabby gonna go ahead and peel off that A player. Bomb still floats out middle. Jabby wants more confirmation and contact. And we see Cadian encroaching closer. It's being held, but he has op advantage. Sure enough, just slaps back his counterpart in JT. Fang hoping to catch something in from Arch. His teammates still stagnant on that B site. And Heroic have finagled a way to bring back this map. Such a sick T-side. 2 CT round wins, that's it. Fang guns down Cadian. He's gonna fight for this. And Floppy's getting ever closer, just a couple steps back. Late mid-play.
Oh, they let him move.
sjuush is coming out. He'll catch that pit trade. Now it's just the 1v1. Fang not playing with a kit. 10-second defuse needed, and sjuush is so cold. Oh. Cool as ice. Heroic taking back this second half. Complexity give them a run for their money to start this day. But it's Heroic, baby. And we've got Vertigo up next.